CPM Math 3, problem 2-20. We're being asked to sketch this particular graph, and we look at it and immediately should recognize that it is a quadratic function and that it's going to form a parabola. And we should look for h and k, and we should look for a growth rate and begin there. All right, so our h and k, x lies, y tells the truth. So our center, our vertex is 1, 4. All right, because this is negative, it's going to be a positive 1. This is positive 4, but it's telling the truth, so 1, 4. Over 1, up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is our vertex. Now, our growth rate over here is 2, and a normal growth rate goes 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 on a parabola. But if the growth rate is 2, that means the growth rate doubles with each change in x. So our growth rate will now, from instead of 1, the first step will be 2, the second step will be 6, the third step will be 10, the fourth step will be 14, and so on. So we can start, and we know it's going to open upward because it is a positive a value. So I'm going to go over 1 up 2 for starters right here. Over 1 up 2. And then that reflects on the other side of the axis of symmetry. And the second step is over 1 up 6. Over 1 up 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we're off the graph already. And this does the like over here, over 1 up 6. Okay, so that's the best we can do right now on the graph that we've been given to sketch it. So we're kind of drawing that smooth curve, add arrows to indicate it goes on forever and ever. Now it is asking us in part A right here to actually write this equation without parentheses. That does take a little bit of algebra and understanding some background. So let's go ahead and take a moment to do that. Y equals 2 times, and this x minus 1 squared, I'm going to expand that. And that is the expectation so that you can see exactly what we need to do. We did this like the second or third week of school. So we have to get rid of this little fella first. So we're going to go ahead and distribute each piece. So we get y equals 2 times x squared minus 1x plus 1, and then plus 4. Now we have to distribute this 2 fella. Well, actually, let's combine terms first. So y equals 2 times x squared minus 2x plus 1. And then that plus 4 is still floating around out there. So y equals distributing 2x squared minus 4x plus 2 plus 4. Now we can simplify that. The last step is 2x squared minus 4x plus 2 plus 4 is plus 6. Okay, now strangely enough, they actually gave that to us here. Notice that it's the same, but what they're really asking us for is what's the difference between the two graphs. So if I were to graph this, and then if I were to graph this up here, what would the difference be? And it is a trick question. They are exactly the same. Notice that just a couple of things we can identify from the standard form is that the y-intercept is 6. Oh my goodness, look at that. The y-intercept is 6. All right, the growth rate here is 2. Oh my goodness, the growth rate here is still 2. So just because they're in different forms doesn't mean the graph itself changes, okay? So they are asking us what is the parent function, and the parent function is simply y equals x squared. That's that parent function, okay? Hope that helps.